I actually have expectations for the first time in a long time that we should beat Pumas and we should win the CONCACAF Champions League. Whereas before I was always kind of hopeful. Now I'm expecting it. And I think that's a different mindset. But Pumas aren't going to lay down. So do you feel the same way as me?
I do. And like you said, Heath, if you're playing in the final and it's Tigres, Club America, Monterrey, big name clubs who have these special players in Liga MX, they've paid a lot of money. And ultimately, it's one of those games where you have to adjust to them. And you're going to concede possession to them. This Pumas team, they're all about heart. It's work rate. It's a team. They thrive off of transition. They thrive off of their outside backs overlapping and whipping balls in for their striker. I think for me, Dineno is a striker who likes to make runs in the box. He gets in between the center backs. But Arriaga, he's capable to defend that. I mean, he's played in World Cup qualifying. He understands how to defend internationally, which I think bodes well for them in this matchup. Pumas gave up a number of chances early on to the Revs team when they won 3-0 at home to win in penalties. Adam Buxa just wasn't up for the challenge. He didn't finish. And I think the pressure he's putting on himself to make the Poland World Cup team is a little harsh. I think it's taken away from his game as of late, because it's hard not to think about playing on the same team with Lewandowski and playing with him. And so Rui Diaz is another animal. And I think that's the X factor for this team that all the other opponents that had played Pumas didn't necessarily have. Rui Diaz is a beast in front of goal. And with him healthy, Jordan Morris healthy, and Ladero healthy, that's enough to beat this Pumas team home or away.
Heath, what do you say? Your expectations? You got Seattle all the way, like no question. Any hesitation?
I mean, of course there's hesitation, just because I expect Seattle generally to run through everyone, and we've seen them not at times. So they're definitely capable of losing. It's a final, but over 2 legs. If this was 1 leg, then it's a crapshoot. It's a final. It depends on the pressure. If you remember when Portland Timbers made it all the way to the final to play Atlanta at home, when you're like, oh yeah, they're on this dream run. They snuck into the playoffs. They're so great. And then just got absolutely battered in one game at a final in Atlanta. That's what can happen. Right. And there's a lot of nerves that go into that. And there's a lot of pressure on these guys to create the dynasty. They've lived up to that pressure more often than not, which is why I like their chance, especially over 2 legs, because the second leg will dictate exactly where they need to be. They're at home, as Charlie mentioned. It's a huge advantage for a team that doesn't play well away from home. That I'm all in on putting on my MLS hat once we win this thing.
The one thing I want to add to this is I hope at least we don't have to get lucky to win this. I don't want to hear any bitching. It's only because of the referee, or because somebody slipped, or I want us to win comprehensively. I want the Sounders to just kick their ass, and that there's no doubt as to who needed and who deserved to win, so they can book their ticket to the FIFA Club World Cup, which will be such an incredible experience for the Sounders. That if that happens, I'll be jealous, because that would be such an incredible opportunity for an MLS team to have that.